Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and let me get I was going to read you something about what Link2 is doing, and I forgot to pull it up ahead of time. It's okay. All right, so Link2 is my sponsor. They're doing a promo today, 24 hours starting at 8 a.m. Pacific time. What's today? Is today the 8th? I think today's the 8th. Anyway, let's assume today's 8th. Ends 7:59 a.m. Pacific time on 3/9. A Bitcoin reward for Link2 members with Uphold wallets linked to their Link2 accounts. Investments in Uphold, Circle, Chainalysis, iTrustCapital, and Ripple only. Get 500,000. I'm sorry, not 500,000. Not that. Get $500 of Bitcoin for orders between $5,000 and $10,000. Get $1,000 of Bitcoin for orders between $10,000 and $25,000. Get $2,500 of Bitcoin for orders between $25,000 and $50,000. Get $5,000 of Bitcoin for orders $50K and over. Also, $750 of Bitcoin for our $7,500 crypto investment bundle, Ripple, Circle, and Uphold. $10,000 maximum reward per investor. New members can sign up at Link2, linqto.com. Now you know. All right, let's get it going. Look at the prices, folks. Our total market here, I'm refreshing, is at 2.6 trillion. You got Bitcoin approaching that 69. Boy, I have a feeling we're going to go into Friday with some exciting movement, folks. You got XRP back up to 63 cents. I believe you're going to start seeing all this green. You're about to start. I think you're going to see XRP surge past the 66, which is I think as high as it went like 3 or 4 days ago. I think my experience in this, folks, is that Fridays are always when you start to see a lot of green, and we've been having surges. Fridays are always big. That's what I've seen. Now, I just bought more XRP, and here's some of the reactions out there. Even the woman whose name we don't say on this channel is reacting to my XRP purchase. Just kidding. And then this is a great reminder from Good Morning Crypto. XRP breakout happens after Bitcoin all-time high, which could happen today. It's really close to that all-time high, which was like 69,000 something. In April 2017, before the regulatory capture and all the shenanigans by the SEC and others in the industry, while Bitcoin was passing all-time high, XRP was 90% below its all-time high, sparking concerns it was being left behind. XRP went on to complete a 70,000% gain in 240 days during the crypto bull run. Do you believe XRP will repeat this process, or is this crypto asset being left behind once again? I know what I believe. Then we got David Schwartz here. He is somebody is asking him about the validators and the AMM.
Please feel free to ask if you like.
And I don't know what AMM gate is. I'm not sure what that is.
Maybe if you want to ask David the question, then feel free.
Thank you so much. Hi, David. Hi, everybody. Basically, something to do with voting. I'm not sure. Can we ask about voting? I guess.
Yes, you can
Perfect.
ask about voting.
Basically, I guess now it's like 36 validators, right? Who votes actually count on the trusted validators. Basically, I mean, yesterday we had a discussion saying like how, if validators were to speak to each other, how corrupt could that become? And also, I have one more question. Basically, there's also validators who don't even they don't really participate in the voting. They just let it go. I guess there's a Berkeley College or something on the list or something. They like who's shouldn't trusted val if they don't really do like vote in a timely.
Well, so so a no vote is equivalent to doing nothing. So you can't necessarily tell, you can't tell just from looking like on the network, but you can tell by observing, what's going on if they're not, defending their position and taking their positions. I agree with you. I think we should be pretty aggressive in removing validators that aren't taking an interest in at least some minimal interest in governance. It's the validator's job to coordinate the activation of amendments so that, we wait until we make sure we don't activate amendments that do harm. We make sure that everybody's updated. And if they're not participating in that, in an ideal world, I would like to see validators that are less participating in governance be rotated out for validators that are more participating in governance. It's just difficult to find, enough people who are willing to run a high quality validator and are willing to participate in governance. But the XRPL Foundation, I think, is always actively looking for high quality validators. We're always looking for high quality validators, happy to include them. We would love to have, a community that's participating as actively as possible. I mean, that would be fantastic.
Okay, interesting talk there. Now here is Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell with an alarming statement. Listen to this.
Sure, there will be bank failures, but this is not the big.
Oh, come on.
You look at the very big banks, it's not a first order issue for any of the very large banks. It's more, smaller and medium-sized banks that have these issues.
That's because the big ones are too big to fail because you guys designed it that way.
With them, we're getting through it. I think it's manageable is the word I would use, but it's a very active thing for us and the other regulators, and it will be for some time.
All right. Then we have this. This is Senator. She's Senator, right? Loomis talking to Powell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome. It's nice to see you, Mr. Powell. My first question is about CDBCs. There's been some chatter lately on the social media that people are concerned about.
There's also been some chatter about ETHgate, Senator Loomis, and you hadn't said a word about it to even acknowledge it, much less call for an investigation.
The Fed creating a CDBC without legislative authorization. You and I have discussed that before, and as you know, there are other means other than a CDBC that could use digital assets to create a secure and instant payment system other than a CDBC. So the question is this: do you still agree that the Federal Reserve cannot introduce a U.S. central bank digital currency without congressional authorization?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. That's really calms people's fears, the people who are concerned that we could end up with something like the digital yuan that is used as a means of surveillance. So I think that will calm some of those discussions down. Thank you so much.
Well, you know what the problem is, folks, is that I know how these politicians work. The way they work is, hey, let's just get this thing incorporated, get it in the United States, and it's not going to be used for control. And then once we get it in, over time, drip, 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 they'll drip more and more control, and then you'll wake up one fine day, and it'll control you completely. Actually prospers directly over the target as usual. CCP, Alibaba, Jay Clayton, Bill Hinman, CCP, Ethereum, Jay Clayton, Bill Hinman, CCP, Prometheum, Gary Gensler. Looks like we have a China, or more specifically a communist China problem at the SEC. Not just the SEC, in our entire government. And I believe it's been a multi-decade plan by the CCP. They started even before Bill Clinton, but I believe, I've always thought in the back of my mind, did they get to Bill Clinton? He's the one that gave our manufacturing away. Remember that? There's still time, Senator Warren. Just kidding. You're finished. Vote John Deaton. Eleanor Terrett, new crypto super PAC fair shake, which mounted a $10 million ad campaign against Katie Porter, released the below statement following her defeat to Adam Schiff in tonight's California Senate primary, saying her choice to side with Senator Warren against crypto cost her her career. I will be making this. I'll be making this tweet right here. A while back, I put out a tweet that was an entire list of all the senators that supported Senator Warren's bill. I'll be retweeting that out, and we'll put her picture and say, looks like one of them bit the dust. Here's the others. We'll be putting that tweet out here shortly. Now, you got to see this. So here's what's going on, folks. First, there's this. Scoop. Ian Kane, the first openly gay black city council president in Quincy's history and the co-founder of a startup incubator in the city, is weighing a potential challenge as a Republican to U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren. Okay? Here's a picture of him and Senator Warren. All right? Are you getting it yet? Don't worry, I spelled it out for you. So here's Ian Kane. And so he's a black man, he's gay, and he's pro-blockchain, almost as if Senator Warren's people searched out one person who had not declared any type of allegiance to one party or the other, so that they could activate him if she ever had a Republican challenger, and he could say, oh, I guess I'll run as a Republican, right? See how this works? We spell it out here. Here he is right here, just so you know. It's not just me talking. This says, like most Massachusetts voters, he's not enrolled in a political party, almost like he's put there as a marker. He is pro-blockchain. We can position him against any potential Elizabeth Warren challenger as a Republican, and then somehow, some way, we'll reward him down the road. That's how this game works. That's what's been done here. Write it down. I even gave him some advice. I said, his name is Ian Kane. I said, hey, Ian, you know that feeling you get in your gut when something just doesn't feel right? Listen to that feeling. Senator Warren is using you directly or indirectly. Deaton for Senate has you covered if you really do love blockchain. John's the man. Support him. Don't let the old lady, Senator Warren, capture this industry by playing her game. You'll be nothing but a pawn in her game, and that's what that is. Now, we're going to go into DAIXRP.com. First, I wanted to show you, this is one of the scenes from Hangover. I can't play it out here. I can play it in the group. But I wanted to remind everybody, XRP Las Vegas VIP section has already sold out. Last year, the entire thing sold out. I think it was like by late March or early April, somewhere in there. But I talked to Brad Combs, and he said the ticket sales have already begun. Filming this thing is like knock your socks off, like mouth wide open. Wow. And it's only going to be at XRP Las Vegas, folks. You're going to want to be there. I want to be there just for that. I'm looking at my calendar here. There's several things that are going to be going on. I already talked to my group about what I'm going to be doing with them. I'm going to be, well, I guess I can tell you out here. Guys,